Well, Ramsey Silent is with us. Let's see. And there's Megan. Hey, Megan. So, great. Nice to see you guys here. The first thing I want to ask you is, what's the signal look like? Because we've been here about 15 minutes and we walked down the trail and it looked like we weren't going to get the signal strength that we should. So, just somebody tell me, the image looks good, it's strong, it's no Minecraft. Because if we have to, we will walk in the opposite direction where we think we have a little stronger signal. Let's see, what's this? Is super chat right now? Whoa, yes, I have super chat. Hey, Nosh, good to see you too. Great. So let me get the ball rolling. How's the signal look to you?
Well, I have Verizon. What do you have?
I have AT&T.
Okay, maybe you're doing fine. I can't get anything.
Well, there you go. So you all know we're at Blackstar Canyon in Orange County. This is part of the Cleveland National Forest. It's only about 20 minutes from where I live, I think.
Yeah, about that.
About that. And with me is Hikin Jim. Let's see, let's get him into the picture.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And for those of you who have seen Hikin Jim before, he has a blog all about hiking and camping stoves and that sort of thing. And so what we'll do is we're going to head down the path. Let's see, who's that? Oh, that's you, Hikin Jim. And he's given me...
Apparently I got a message out finally.
Yes. So that was the temperature. It's 30 degrees Celsius and about 85 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a fairly warm afternoon. It's just a little bit over 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I guess we're going to head on out down the trail. And as you may be able to see behind us, Nosh says hello.
Hi, Nosh. How are you doing?
And what we might do is, shall we start with going over your gear that you're wearing?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do,
I'm not going to be completely bored by it, but
okay.
I have a few things on my. This is my usual gear. Now, for a hike of this length, it's probably not necessary, but this is a camera over here. If you can see that, I like being able to take pictures of stuff, and cell phones are great, but this has got a 40 power optical zoom, whereas my cell phone has a 0 power optical zoom. This is something called an inReach, and an inReach, it probably looks like a big GPS or maybe a funny cell phone, but what this can do, it's a two-way messenger. And so what I can do with this is I can actually send messages out and receive messages both, so people can respond to my message. Typically what I do is I send this at the start of the hike and in the middle of the hike and at the end of the hike, and that way like my wife or my daughter or whoever is back home knows where I am, and if I didn't come back on a timely fashion. This always sends out a GPS position, so the more times I send out a signal, they kind of have like a trail, almost. They sometimes call them breadcrumbs when you drop them out on the trail. But anyway, it's kind of a cool device, a little bit expensive, but I was able to get this one used, and so I paid a reasonable amount for it.
Okay, now I see you have some walking sticks, and you also have a hydration system.
Yeah, well, this thing here, this is a Platypus hydration system. You can't really see it, but in my backpack there's a bladder, and it's full of water. I'm carrying 3 liters of water. This is just easy. It's convenient. The water, when you carry water is probably the heaviest thing you're going to carry on a hike. And so the nicest place, or the best place to put it, is as close to your back as possible. That way it's not pulling you back or something. And when I want to drink, I just take this and put it in there, and it's got a little twist. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little twist, and that turns it on and off, so that you have to squeeze it, but when it's turned to the off position, even if you squeeze it, water's not going to leak out. So like when I put it in the trunk of my car. But anyway, it's just awfully convenient to have, because you can drink as you walk, and it's just so easy, and don't have to try to take your pack off or anything.
Now, because the camera, or the mic on this side of the camera, I want you to turn around. I'm going to do a quick view of what you look like with the okay.
At least you're getting my best side.
Yeah. Now you can go ahead and explain what it is that you have there.
Oh, okay. Well, this is just a standard type day pack on my back, and
you got talk loud because I'm not going to hear you if you don't talk. Speak up.
All right. Well, anyway, if you saw that, that's just my regular backpack, and I'm probably carrying way too much stuff for a little short walk like this, but I've got things like a jacket and a fleece shirt, and I've got, I don't know, I've got a hat and gloves and all that kind of stuff. You never know if you get stuck out at night and something like that, which I've had happen to me a few times. You can wind up getting really cold really quickly, even though it's a warm day during the day when the sun's out. So I've always got a bunch of junk in there, and water and food and all that kind of stuff. And you know, if I get caught out or whatever, it starts raining, I've got a poncho and jacket and all that kind of stuff. So you want to be prepared out here, because what you brought is what you got. And if you didn't bring it, you haven't got it, because there's no places out here to pick up extra stuff, or you know, there's no building to duck into real quickly because it's just countryside. Anyway, it's all good stuff, and I just kind of leave it in the pack. Even for a short hike like this, I still leave it in the pack just because, you know.
Step back and so let's go out to get some sunlight, because otherwise it's all shadow to them. That's a little bit better, I hope.
Well, I have a different signal provider.
That's right. Well, let's see what this. I can't make. Sorry, just finishing while I work, listening while I work. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We're just gonna keep walking, folks, and since he's on a different system than I. So let's see. I don't see. There we go. Now I can't read that, guys. Unfortunately, the glare out here is just too much. Hikin Jim may be able to read it. But that's okay. There's plenty for you to see in the other direction. One of the things I'm going to do is turn the camera in this. Turn it around. There you go. I want you to see this. This is just gorgeous. At least it is in my opinion. So you can see. You can see. Now, you see these flowers here? Now, in yesterday's live stream, I don't know how well that's going to focus. Britta asked me whether or not that was rapeseed, but Jim set me straight. This is actually mustard flower. All of this, all that yellow that you see out there, and this is nothing. You should see the rest of the hills out here, just covered in yellow. That's all mustard flower. And again, Jim here, he's a serious hiker. I mean, he's hiked up into the mountains for days at a time. I think the longest hike he ever did was like 8 or 9 days up near Mount Baldy. I might have that incorrect, but you get the idea. Shall we proceed? We'll just go out that way?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, civilization's calls. Anyway, so for right now, let's see, what does Ramsey say? Oh, we have, I was right. Ah, man, I wish I could read these. It's just too bright out here for me to read the chats. And fortunately, Jim has a much larger, he has a plus. I think it's an 8 plus or maybe a 9 plus. And so he can read the chats better than I can. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around to this side. First of all, as you can see, this is a very popular area for day hikers. You see all these cars. And once you get away from this part, you feel like in the middle of nowhere, which essentially you are. So now we're going to come over here. This is what I'm talking about in terms of the fields covered with mustard flowers. So I'm going to hold the camera up because unfortunately you can see here, this is all barbed wire fence. You're not allowed to go into certain areas of this preserve. You're required to stay right on the trail and on the trail only. And it's a shame, when I was a kid, that wasn't so. You could go anywhere, anytime. Oh yes, I know, and I want to show you down here, the ravine, which further down you'll see it. I don't know if you're going to see the water here, but further down the ravine has water in it. Let's see here. Any water to be seen here? No. So we'll go further down. Let's go, because that's down by where we are parked. We're parked kind of near the end of this blacktop roadway. Now you can look at the chats, can't you, Jim?
I can.
So do me a favor and kind of read them out, especially if you see something that needs attention, because I can't see on this screen, and I really do like to interact with my my viewers. And let's see, I'm gonna again give some shout outs to the ones who really support me. I know there's Megan out there, she's watching. I know Ramsey Silent is there. I know Nasha Broad's out there. Maybe some of the others that are out there but haven't popped up and said so will show up. But there are people like Jason. There's gosh, I know there's Tasty Chronicles. That's Sunny and JKO Adventures. Oh yeah. Oh, see, this is again what I mean. Look at that. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I really feel fortunate to live where I'm at, because within 20 minutes of almost any direction I go, I have scenes like this. Even though I may be in the middle of one of the most densely populated urban areas in Southern California, I've got this to look at. So what's that now? What we've got here?
Mustard. Nosh says mustard. Yeah, we have tons of mustard up here. Ramsey Silent says, ha ha ha, I was right. It said it looked like mustard to me. And then Ramsey Silent says back to clear again. So I think we have good signal. I put in, we have good signal. I can't see too many more.
All right. So he's kept us up to date. Let's keep walking, because I don't want to bore you guys out there. And I appreciate you showing up, because I know for some of you, this may not be a convenient time. This is actually an impromptu live stream. Jim and I attend the same church, and Jim's wife is Japanese, and they have a child who's half and half, of course, and they're in Japan right now, and so we have time to hang out together and get into trouble. And he had watched yesterday's live stream, and he's going, hey, you know what? Why don't we go out and do a live stream? And I said, yeah. So we bantered. We did something. We talked about some possibilities, and we ended up on Blackstar Canyon, mostly because it was the closest to where I live. Jim lives about 15 minutes from me, but further south. Okay, now you're gonna get to see some river water, which is a rarity here in Southern California, particularly in this particular riverbed. 90% of the time, this is all dry. Let's see, I'm gonna see how good of a shot I can get for you. And again, Jim is checking the messages because I can't see them. So if you have questions, ask Jim, because he knows the fauna and the flora, and he's a cornucopia of outdoor knowledge of this area. So I don't know how well you can see that. I'm going to see if I can zoom in, see if you can see any of that. Again, for me, it's a little hard to see because of the. So tell me if you guys can see the water there. Because all I'm seeing is my own reflection. There you go. Okay, I can see a little bit of the water. Let's see if I can zoom in a little more. Yeah, there you go. So you can see there's water out there. And Jim, whoa, is down there. And there he is. And I'm going to zoom back out. Hopefully I'm zooming completely out. The last time I did this, I didn't completely zoom out. There we go. So here we go. I'm gonna go down this this little ravine. Oh, hopefully I don't fall and break my neck. But if I do, it'll be a live stream event just for your pleasure. So, what's going on out there for the rest of you? I don't know how many are watching. I don't know how many are from the OIJ Go Crew. And for those who don't know what OIJ Go Crew is, that's only in Japan. Go, which is a live channel by John Dobb. And I got to figure out how I'm going to get down there without breaking my neck. Hang on here. So.
Vern, I think what we might want to do is we might want to cut through here and cut around the back.
Okay. Besides, this will be interesting. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn this, yeah, okay. Here we go. Adventure. Hey, it's a regular Indiana Jones. And I can read in here. I'll let you go all the way through. Okay. Worth it. Oh, thank you, Nash.
This is what we like about live streaming. We did not plan this.
No, we didn't.
Walking through a sewer culvert, basically, or a drainage culvert.
Yeah. All right. And as you can see, I told you earlier how they forbid you to enter. It's just basically no, whatever it is. So here we go. So, and this is all rocky terrain, as you can see. So it's a little rough to navigate, but it's not.
Water. I don't know which way you're facing.
Yeah, I will show them both. Okay. We'll do both. I'll show them. Here we go. So again, this is a rarity, folks. It really is. It's so cool to see that much water running through. Every time I've ever been out here in the last 20 years, this has always been dry at this time. But we've had so much rain here in California for the last 2 or 3 months that this is what we've got.
And we should point out, this is just a minor side stream. This is not a major creek or something. This is just a very small side stream, so it's unusual to have a small side stream like this have water in it.
And I hope you can hear Jim because he's behind me a bit. And so I know this microphone is not always ideal. Okay. There you go. Now what we're going to do, and I'm going to swing the camera around so you can see us this time. All right. So I'm going to blaze the path this time, and Jim will be back there. Let's see. There we go. This is our secret bat tunnel. Holy strawberries, Batman. We're in a jam. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry.
Come to the light, Vern.
I am. All right, so now I'm going to turn around so you can see what we're going to see. This is, in fact, I'm going to go back up just a wee bit. You can go ahead of me because I want to give them the full effect of going through.
So you probably want to come to the right, Vern, here.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Now first I'm going to show them the water. So there's the water down there. And it's kind of hard for me to see, so I've got to try to get a good composition for folks. I'm sorry. Hang on, let me get the shot because it's hard. I just can't see what I'm looking at here, unfortunately. It's like, there you go, there it is. Sorry for it. There we go. There's the water, and it's kind of got a lot of sunlight on it, so it's.
Vern, if this is too intimidating,
no, I can do this.
the next tunnel and the next tunnel
No, look. Hey, our buddy John Dobb, he eats, he walks, he talks, he opens cans, he goes anywhere. If he can do it, I can learn to do it too. He's my mentor. Alrighty, here we go. So, let me bring this down so you can see where my feet are going. There you go. This is it. And then, whoa! Okay, now I'm going to bring it up so you can see where it came out of. Again, it's hard for me to see, so there you go. I can kind of give you a good shot. It's a good composition. So, the one to the right is the one we came through, and then the one in the center we bypassed, and the one to the left there is the one we went through in the opposite direction. And you can see here, Jim is going full gung-ho on me. He just crossed into the that side of the stream. And I'm going to come down here and show you. Well, first I'll show you this direction. So that's a good shot, I think. I really wish I could actually physically bring all of you with me out here to enjoy this. And as I've said before, and I'm sure I'll say it again, the thing I love about live streaming is I know that you're out there watching. And if I had a bigger iPhone, which I eventually will get, a Plus of some sort, then it'd be a little easier. But with this iPhone 7, it's just not, bright enough. It's not large enough, but that's okay. I can deal with it. Yeah, it looks like...
I'm seeing signal.
Okay, what I'm going to do, can you hand me one of your sticks? I'm just going to come across. Well, no, I will come across this way, whether I lose signal or not.
Come across over here.
I was going to say I could go right through the water. I don't care if my shoes get wet. And maybe that's, you know what? Maybe that's God telling me, don't go that way. Go through this little puddle. So let me have the...
You can step on that rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so here we go, folks. Let's see which way. Okay, here we go. I'm going to tilt the camera down, and if I go into the water, you'll see it. One step,
Yeah, the camera.
two step. Yeah,
The camera goes way out of
I gotta make sure that I gotta make sure to save the camera if I fall. There we go. I did it! Hooray! All right. So now we're on the other side of the stream. And there's the shot. And okay, take a look at the phone, because I'm seeing they're posting stuff, and I'm sure they're posting some stuff that's fun. Oh yeah, here's another nice shot. I mean, it's beautiful to me because in California we don't have this kind of water with any regularity. Let's see here. There you go. Just kind of let your eyes feast on that for a minute. And Jim is looking at his iPhone, and he has a large iPhone, a Plus of some sort. So he's going to check the messages and he'll respond to them because it's easier for him to do it than for me. Anything there special, Jim, that we need to know about?
Oh, I'm getting hi to Nosh right now. I hope
I don't know. Nosh has his own channel, Nosh Abroad, on YouTube. I highly recommend you go watch it. Just doing my thing to support. Thank you, Megan. You're a sweetheart. I really do appreciate it. So I think what I'm going to do is swing the camera back around so they can see my ugly mug. There you go. And you can see Jim back there. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to go up this way. Let's see here.
I don't know if going up that loose stuff is a good idea.
It's too late. I'm committed. It's just I lost my signal. All right, sorry about that. I lost signal. You're right about that, Megan. If I'm going to crash and burn, I'm going to do it live streaming. I give my viewers the very best I can. Anytime, anywhere, all the time. Okay, well, here's another. See, to me, it's like I go nuts because every place I turn, there's something beautiful to see. Now that's that same creek bed, it's the opposite side. And then up there, you see those red rocks? Let's see if we can zoom in on those red rocks. Come on, come on. Come on, there you go. Almost there. Almost there. Whoa, whoa. That wasn't there. Okay. So look at that, huh? As a car passes me by. It's just so pretty out there. And same thing, just all of that is just so gorgeous. Oops, oops, oops. Gonna make you sick. Okay, I'm gonna swing back down. Again, if you have any questions or comments that need response, Jim is checking his phone as he walks. In fact, he's over by that red truck, which is we're parked next to it. And oh, that's dusty. I want my iPhone. Oh, another beautiful shot. See, this is where I come to do a lot of my landscape photography during the springtime, because it's like I can come down the Blackstar Canyon and I can spend the entire day here and get 100 different shots, and now that 100 I'll at least get 10 that I really, really like. fact, if you go onto my Instagram for May of last year, you'll see some of the shots I took in this very area. Some in black and white, some in color. Oh, and also, in fact, find a different way to do my channel. And I was trying to do these things which I called walkabouts, where I would just take, I didn't have a gimbal or an iPhone rig like I have now, so I'd just take my Canon 80D and I'd set up static shots and I'd cut it to music. So again, I highly recommend go to my YouTube channel and check that out. It'll say, I think, Hikin Blackstar Canyon. Who is that? And what is he doing? Look at that.
Well, I'm in the shade trying to read the messages.
Are you now?
And I'm not getting signal right here in this little spot here.
Okay,
but
well, hopefully I am. It looks like it. Let's just keep walking and see what happens.
Sure enough, well, hopefully we'll get... I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just not getting signle.
No, I understand that.
Trying to answer people.
Yeah. So you know, in fact, I'm going to swing the camera around again. Be on that side because the sun is over here, so at least...
Makes sense. You can actually see me if I have a little light on.
Yeah,
right?
ditto for both of us. Well, I can definitely... There's definitely a message. I just saw one pop up.
Yeah.
So,
it's hard to read them in the sun.
Yes, it is. So you'll have to bear with us. We're not going to be able to read the messages right now because in the sun, every time we hit the shade, we'll stop. The problem is that I keep forgetting, you know, the technology does have its limits. We're out in the middle of nowhere, but I'm expecting it to live stream. But then, see, I'm thinking of John Dobb again. He goes to the furthest reaches of Japan's northernmost island. He gets on a boat that's miles offshore, and he's live streaming, and he's shooting his drone footage. So I'm thinking, well, again, if John Dobb can do it, I can learn how to do it too.
I think I might have just put a chat in. I don't know if I'm getting everybody else's, though.
Well, if you can put it in, after you hit it, you should pop up and you'll see yours and theirs. And when they're responding to yours, it comes up as red, in red. Oh man, look, I'm gonna swing them around. This, I'm gonna jump in the shade though, this shade. Look at this batch of, look at this batch. Come on. Look at this batch of mustard flowers. This is what I'm talking about. Imagine, I drove down a freeway yesterday that looked this way, but the hills all the way to the back. See, so you can see those hills back there. They're still green, they're not yellow. The entire, from the foreground to the middle ground to the furthest point, all yellow like that. And no, can't.
I'm not getting out. No.
Okay.
My
right,
company is different, and I am not getting signal here.
So I tell you what. I can't tell how long we've been on here because again I can't see, and I don't want to overdo this. Again, this is a spontaneous event. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a nice scenic spot, and I think I may have found it someplace right around here. I like the way that looks, and we'll hang on. There's a car coming, so we can't cross yet. Not without
smush.
Yeah, I don't want to get mush. Oh, but I can't show them where we've been hiking from. So we started the live stream, and so I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my usual pitch here. I know I've missed some stuff. Because I was going to tell you a little bit about the history of Blackstar Canyon, and that is this area, this entire area was originally, they were mining coal, which is why it's called Blackstar. And then that stopped about 1910, 1920s, because the coal ran out. And, well, here comes some bikers.
I got a message out.
Yeah? Yeah, I see your message. You did message somebody. So what I'm going to do. All right, so here we go. My usual closing pitch. I hope you enjoyed my show. I hope that if you enjoyed it enough, that you'll subscribe and hit the bell notification. I hope you will like and comment because that helps push my videos out on the various YouTube platforms. The more likes and views and the longer you watch, the more get pushed out. That means more people can see the show. And I want to make more and better content for everybody. And I guess that's it. I know I'm missing something. I really do. But I'm gonna wrap it up here on this shot. This will be my 22nd out. So everyone, I will be home in about an hour. I'll read your chats, and if there's anything I need to do a response to, I'll do it in the comment section of the video. And I guess that's it. Once again, cheers and thanks for watching.